In Pokemon Pocket, whoever attacks first usually wins the game. But what if we just didn't let them attack at all? Today, we're building the ultimate evolution control deck. We dictate who stays in the active spot, we punish them for hitting us, and we control the entire pace of the game. And we do all this with the brand new evolution Vaporeon EX because of its new ability, Frozen Flow, which says once during your turn, if this Pokemon's in the active spot, you may switch out one of your opponent's Pokemon to the bench. However, your opponent gets to choose. So essentially, this is like a Sabrina, similar to how Umbreon is like a Cyrus. Now, its attack is pretty good too. For 2 water energy, you can hit your opponent for 80 damage. And it has the highest HP out of all the evolution EXs. However, it does have a major hindrance, and that is the 3 retreat cost on this Pokemon. So when you have it in the active spot, you probably aren't going to want to switch it out. So instead, we should probably have another flexible option in this deck. And for that, we're running Leafeon EX as another evolution in this Eevee box deck list. However, this Leafeon can ramp itself since it's a grass type and it's Force Breath ability, and it has its own attack that can deal 70 damage, which gives you some pretty decent flexibility in this control deck. However, it's not just a control deck. It's actually a huge damage boosting control deck. Let me explain. We're running 2 copies of Rocky Helmet in this deck to help us add an extra 20 damage and punish our opponents for ever attacking us. A single copy of Chingling to stop our opponents from using early game Pokeballs or any item cards, and an array of damage boosting modifiers like Training Area, Eevee Bag, and even the Red Supporter card to help us get some very sneaky knockouts. All in all, a pretty interesting deck. However, I wanted to take it a step further in today's video, and I wanted to set up 3 goals for this deck. The first one being, can we slow down our opponent's game plan with the new Vaporeon's ability, Frozen Flow? The second being, can we lock them out completely from even attacking us or evolving with either Rocky Helmet and Chingling? And then for the final goal, can we use all the damage boosting modifiers to sneak out a very cheeky victory on a Pokemon EX or even a Mega Evolution? Only one way to find out. With that, guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this deck list. Don't forget to like, hype, and subscribe, and I hope you enjoy today's matches. All right, guys, we're starting with Eevee EX. A boosted evolution would have been fantastic here, but we'll work with what we got, especially when our opponent is playing a 30 HP Magikarp. We might just win right here. I can't believe we're having this much of a strong start with an evolution deck. This is so good. Okay, so they're getting Lissia. They're gonna have a full board here. So this Magikarp may in fact go down unless they have something like Inflatable Boat. Ooh, that could be an option, right? They go Giant Cape, so they keep this guy alive for 1 more turn. Interesting. But is that going to be enough for them? So I'm just going to put this Eevee over here. I'm going to attach the energy onto my Eevee EX. I'm also going to Rocky Helmet my Eevee in the back to kind of like stop them from thinking of potentially using Sabrina, although if they could use Sabrina and just Oceanic Gift. And then I'm going to hit for 30 here. We don't knock out this Magikarp, but at the same time, we're in a really good spot here. Like, what do? Do you just retreat? Okay, the energy's there. That's a pretty good turn. That is a really good turn for them. They're going to leap out. But now, now the problem is we could literally just go right into Vaporeon. Oh man, dude. And then I can attach here. I can also evolve my backline, my Leafeon EX. And now I think what I want to do is Frozen Flow. Or maybe I can stop them from ramping right now. I think that's actually the best play, is knock out this Manaphy so they get 0 value next turn. I'm controlling this match. I am dictating how my opponent is going to be able to use their Pokemon now. Now they go into Magikarp. I think it's because they're going to be able to leap out next turn. Here comes the communication. That's really good. All right. If they give the energy to Slowbro, I have to knock out the Slowbro, right? I have to go for the Slowbro knockout. Interesting. I mean, we have Cyrus, you guys. I think what I always do, just to scare them, is go for red. I'm going to hit for 100 here. Completely ignore the fact that they could get a Gyarados online, because now we can use Cyrus. This is a pretty good spot to be in, I think. They just drew a couple cards. They attach another one. There's the Mega Gyarados. All right, guys, you know what we do now? We Frozen Flow to trap their Mega Gyarados. Oh, man. Dude, this is crazy. This is actually so incredibly strong. Frozen Flow. Their second Mega that needs 2 more energy to retreat. They're stuck here. Now, they could have a Leaf. And that could be bad. But even if they have a Leaf, we have the Rocky Helmet now. So if they hit us, they take 20 damage on their Mega Slowbro. And then Vaporeon can knock them out next turn. Okay, we dodge a Leaf here. What a way to play Vaporeon. Just full control. All right, here we go. Training area is even better for us. I'm going to go here. If we had an Eevee bag, oh, would have been so good. And now I'm just going to go for the Wave Splash for 90. And that's pretty much GG's, right? I can't imagine them doing too much here. Oh, I didn't think about the Misty. Okay, they get 1. Sure. But that's not going to be enough, right? You only hit me for 140. That's 150. I completely forgot about the training area. We mill 3. But thankfully, Vaporeon EX is like the only tanky evolution. And then we also have the Eevee bag, which we didn't have to play, but it is here. We can have 2 options, either plus 10 or heal 20. I'm just going to go with the heal. It's fine. And then we're going to finish out the game with this Wave Splash for 90. GG's. What do you guys think? Full on control Eevee. We went second with an Eevee EX, but because we had the energy on curve by turn 2, we evolved into this guy and just let our opponents like not be able to play. It's only our first game. I think it was a good showcase for the new ability Frozen Flow, but we're definitely going to hop into some more action. Let's get right into it. All right, you guys, game 2, we are going to go first here, which is a little scary. I don't actually know who I want to go with. I think it's always going to be the non-EX because, I mean, I don't want to give them damage on an EX at the start. So we're going to go with the non-EX Eevee boosted evolution. And it looks like it's Igglybuff. Big yikes. Okay. I guess a Leafeon here could be very helpful. I'm going to Rocky Helmet. And then I'm also just going to go for Lyssia here. Right? I think Lyssia is the best play. If they have Sabrina or something, we might be in trouble. But also if they don't, I think we're okay. I'm just going to put everything down here because our Eevee EX can come in and knock out this Igglybuff the following turn. So I think this is a decent opener. I just showed them everything and they're not going to get value off of Copycat if that's what they're hoping for. I guess I could also put the training area down to really like stop them. I don't think training area for them is going to help out too much. They're running Darkness Igglybuff, which makes me think this is the non-EX Bad Dreams Darkrai, but also the EX Darkrai that can do ping damage. So let's see, they're going Arven, they flip a coin, heads they get an item, tails they're going to pull from their deck a tool. I don't know what tool they're going for. Oh, it could have been Poison Barb. This might be Nihilego, actually. So now they get a tool. We're going to find out, I think. That was a tails. Let's see, are they gonna give the tails to the Iggly? They just ended their turn. They just ended their turn, you guys. Wait, what? Okay, I just attach an energy here and then hit for 10. Oh, they didn't have anything. They couldn't attack. They had nothing in their hand. Talk about control. We're controlling the sleep core meta with the Rocky helmets as well. Okay, so they're going to go for May now. I think now they found their Darkrai, right? But I think it might also be a bit too late. Unless they have 2 Bad Dream Darkrai's. Ooh. Okay. Rescue Scarf. Sure. I'm going to knock him out next turn. I'm actually just going to knock him out next turn. With Vaporeon EX, you're not going to be able to build a Hydreigon while I'm here, buddy. Not on my watch, bucko. We're going to go into the Vaporeon right there, and we're going to Frozen Flow. Never did I expect that Vaporeon EX would outshine Hydreigon. All right, we have an Eevee bag and a red. We don't have a PCL in this deck, so that is a little worrisome. However, if they attack us, that Igglybuff is gone. So Dino's gone. They're going to come in with Igglybuff. They're going to do the exact same thing with their Dino and try to ramp him again. But if they attack us, it's literally the same thing, you guys. It's over for them. And even if they play another basic Pokemon, I can still Vaporeon EX because this Igglybuff already has damage on it. Oh no. Oh no, that's kind of a problem. The lucky Ice Pop. And they get the heads. All right, well now things are getting a little scary. He hits for 10. I need to wake up here. It all comes down to this coin flip. I need to wake up. Yeah. Okay, so we wake up here, no problem. I'm going to Frozen Flow again, bring this Dino. I'm going to attach an energy onto this Eevee just in case, and then attack for 90. Oh man. Bro, that coin flip. I was a little worried, but thankfully we got the heads. We're not running PCL on this. I wasn't expecting Sleep Core, honestly. I'm very surprised people are still playing this. And there's our second match, you guys, into a core that's very scary. However, they didn't find their Bad Dreams Darkrai, so we did have that advantage. But even if they did, that Pokemon retreats for 2 energy as a retreat cost, and with Frozen Flow we could have trapped their Bad Dream Darkrai. Like, that's the idea of this deck. The idea is I'm going to use this ability and you're going to bring another Pokemon into the active spot that you don't want there, and then we're just going to have extra turns and tempo. But let's go into our third match. All right, you guys, third match. We're going second with a Chingling into a fire type matchup. Let's see what our opponents are cooking up here. Ooh, Heatmore. Oh, they're trying to snipe my bench, you guys. How dare they? However, we have Vaporeon. If we can find Eevee, oh, that Lycia, I think it's always, this is always a Lycia turn over the research. And now we have double boosted. I could put 1 Eevee here. I can put 1 Eevee here. I can attach an energy onto the Eevee. Heck, you know what? I'm even going to put the training area down. Like, just in case they want to recycle my hand, we're getting things out of our hand that we can get value of from next turn. And now the idea of Chingling in this deck is they have no bench Pokemon. If they have no basic Pokemon in hand and also no Pokeballs, there's nothing they can do now. Even if they draw into Pokeballs off of a research, there's literally just nothing they can do. This next turn, Vaporeon comes in for free because Chingling will retreat, and we're hitting them for 80. And if they put something else on the bench, just if they drew it, like a Torchic, it's done. So now you see a control deck potentially at its final form here. All right, here we go, guys. Let's lock in. Vaporeon. I feel like the concede's incoming. In 3, 2, potentially 1. No. They're letting me go for it. All right. And then we're going to go. There it is. I think they just needed to see the Vaporeon EX. Wow. So also super oppressive if your opponents can't find a basic Pokemon, because then with Chingling, Pokeballs can't even be used. Let's keep going. Let's see how far we can push this deck. Hey guys, just want to take a quick break from the video to thank you for always watching and supporting the channel. It means the world to me. But did you know that you can support the channel even more by becoming a member here on the channel for as little as $2.99? Yeah. By becoming a Team Crown Grunt, you're going to get exclusive access to our Discord server and the benefit of knowing that you're forever funding every future Pokemon Pocket video here on the channel. Because in this economy, it's been kind of rough. But beyond that, if you want to support even more, you can become a Team Crown admin and have your name up here in the corner. I had to look to make sure that was the corner I was pointing at. But beyond that, guys, I just wanted to say thank you for all the support. And even if you can't support monetarily, all the likes, the hypes, the comments are truly appreciated. So thanks again. With that, let's hop right back into the video. All right, guys, we're going first into a fighting type matchup. Now, this is not a spot I want to be in, especially when we're leading with Eevee EX. Yikes. Oh, yikes. There's not much I can do here, right? I think I'm actually just going to copycat here because the only saving grace I can see is finding a Rocky Helmet. Yes, Lyssia is good, but even if we put things on the bench, we are literally just lining them up for a potential Cyrus. So I think a copycat here into a Rocky Helmet, into maybe a Vaporeon or Leafeon is the better play. All right, we get the Lyssia back. We get the Vaporeon and no Rocky Helmet. Tough stuff. All right, we just have to end right there. There's nothing else we can do. If they play Arena of Antiquity, they're hitting me for a total of 60. Oh no, and then if they play Karina, they just win turn 1. I am not in a good spot, you guys. This might be unwinnable. That was a rough start. Maybe if I found the Rocky Helmet, that could have given me a little bit of, flexibility to be like, hey, you can't actually hit me here. No, he gets the Rocky Helmet. Oh god, okay. All right, sure. Arena of Antiquity, scary. That's why I kept the training areas, so we can cancel it at least. Oh man. He puts 1 energy. This is tough, man. This is so tough. And then he plays Copycat. Okay. So at least we don't have to worry about a Karina here. That's something. Interesting. You had Copycat. I probably would have waited on the energy. Uh-oh. So here comes the 40. Not much I can do there. The only real thing I can do is this into my Vaporeon. Attach an energy. Use Frozen Flow to slow this guy down, right? Use this Lyssia. That's always going to be helpful. And now I'll play the 2 Eevees first. And then again, I still don't want to play the training area, right? I want to wait a turn. Actually, I think I have to play this in case they have a Sabrina. I can just go into this guy next. Okay. I think that was a decent turn. I think. I don't know. Honestly, we kind of have to just leave it up to the heart of the cards at this point. At this point, we have to leave it to the heart of the cards. I wonder if they retreat from the Riolu. That doesn't look like a retreat from Riolu, man. That doesn't. Okay. I can do this. Oh my god. Okay. I can do this. Right? I'm so afraid of the Karina, though. I don't think I play anything else. I don't play training area because that benefits their Mega Lucario. And I just attack for 80 here. That's it. Okay. And now if they don't heal, we might have a chance. Arena of Antiquity. This goes up to 110. Please dodge a Karina, man. Please? Just end your turn? Okay. Oh my god. All right, we have to lock in. Do this math. Training area. I'm so glad we held off, bro. Eevee bag. Plus 10. And why stop there? Go for the red. How much damage is that, guys? 120. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, this deck, like I thought it was going to be good, but it did so much better than I thought it would. And honestly, I don't think we actually ever drew the Leafeon. It was nice to have Leafeon there as a potential flex option. I think there was one match that we had it almost online, but wow. Anyway, let's check out the post-game analysis. Today's matches were so much fun, you guys, but I don't know if we actually accomplished all these goals. For the first goal, I think we did slow down our opponent's game plan in the first match by using Frozen Flow and switching in their Pokemon. They couldn't get enough energy on their Mega Pokemon, so I think that was very valuable for us. And then for the second goal, I think we did lock out our opponents from attacking us with Game 2's Rocky Helmet value. Their Igglybuff just never wanted to touch us. But then also Game 3 just shut down our opponent from ever playing any item cards from their hand because of Chingling. So I think that one we got a stamp of approval for sure. And then for the final goal, I know for a fact we accomplished was the damage boosting modifier cards to sneak out a very cheeky knockout on that Mega Lucario. They never saw it coming. And then also holding that training area so that way they couldn't knock it out with their own stadium. Such a good play. Very fun games. And all in all, I thought this was a fairly strong control deck. With that, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like, hype, and subscribe. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Later.